Trojan Philly, what's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, we got to talk about the big time matchup, big time task that's in front of USC this weekend. The question is, will they be locked in and will they be loaded to face this number 6 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks in Eugene, Oregon? We're talking about a hostile environment, and one of the things that I think has USC even been in this environment all year long? Not necessarily. Of course, you guys already know we've been to somewhat of a hostile environment like Notre Dame, but we haven't been there yet. This is probably going to be the most hostile environment that we've been in all year. We did last year going to Rice Eccles playing Utah, and you guys already know that was a close game, lost by a 2-point conversion. But, you know, we got the same quarterback that put up big numbers, and we're going to get into some of this real quick. But I want to talk about why I think USC is a trap game from Oregon, and why I think that a lot of the Oregon fans are absolutely sleeping on USC. And I think whenever you have someone like Caleb Williams, someone who's leading in all these categories, I don't think you can just put that to rest or put that to bed. I think you got to really go into the numbers and really look at this, and really from especially the perspective that, as we've been stating all year long, USC doesn't have a offensive problem. USC is averaging just under right at 45 points a game. That's not nothing to snooze at by any means necessary. All we're looking for is USC to make some minor adjustments, maybe just hold the team to 35 points, and USC can absolutely win this game. I have a couple of keys to the game. I had three keys last night. I was on a Duck podcast. Shout out to Duck Zone 503. Go check that out on YouTube when you get a chance. We did a preview of the game. Did 3 keys last night, but I'm going to add another 4th key to that, to what I think USC can do to possibly secure this victory. When we look at this game, though, USC is facing a team that's really locking it down on defense. I mean, I guess the next best defense that we played was Utah. Utah, you guys already know, they were leading in all types of categories: rush defense, pass defense. You know, they were doing it all, man. But USC had a lot of success. We put over 30 points on them, and so I think we could do the same thing to an Oregon defense. We just got to be locked in, got to be loaded. And so when you look at this, you know, you put up 32 points against Utah. I think that USC can absolutely do this. So I want to bring back to your memory also real quick. USC actually, when they played in 2011, they upset a team like Oregon. At that time, Oregon was ranked number 4 in the country. And listen, Matt Barkley, I think we were the AP, I think it was the AP number 18 team in the country. You had Matt Barkley go down there and lead that. But here, I want to give you guys a couple of things that I think are the keys to the game. But just real quick, want to look at the 2 quarterbacks real briefly. Completion rating on the year. Bo Nix is having a phenomenal year. Let me just give credit to what credit is due. Bo Nix is lighting it up. He's very efficient this year. I think, you know, him staying in school as long as he has, he's been able to sharpen his tools up. So I got much respect to him. And also, I got much respect to the coaching staff. The coaching staff is absolutely game planning and planning. You know, the scheme defensively and offensively totally complements each other. I mean, it's unbelievable. But when you look at the completion rating on the year, Bo Nix is averaging his completion percentage, 78.1. Caleb Williams is 69.2. Total yardage per game average is 315.4 for Bo Nix, 311 for Caleb Williams. Total TDs and INTs, Bo Nix has 30 TDs, 2 INTs. For Caleb Williams, he has 38 TDs, 4 INTs. And you know that most of them INTs came from the game against Notre Dame. But when you look at this, man, I mean, it's incredible because, I mean, right now, Oregon is a 15-point favorite. And, you know, you got an offense like USC. And it's important to realize this, too. We've played certain teams. Yes, we played Utah. Oregon blew them out. But then Washington, you know, you look at what Utah Washington against Oregon, how that game went back and forth. Washington was able to pull that back, pull that out. But when you look at us, our head-to-head matchup with Washington, USC could have absolutely, if they just made some minor adjustments, of course, you know how things went. Didn't really control the clock like we needed to, even though Caleb had a phenomenal game. But I think it's minor adjustments that we can make. But right now, they're giving us a 16.7% to win this game as well. So Oregon is 83.8%. But here, when you look at this, some of the keys that I have for this game, I think the number one thing is this. It's going to be control the clock. I think that USC absolutely has to control the clock. That's one of the keys I have. I think if we keep the ball out of keep our defense rather off the field as much as possible, and not allowing that offense, explosive offense, because Oregon is the top 10 offense. Both of these are two top 10 offenses that are going out there, and they're gonna get it rocking and rolling, and the crowd is gonna be rocking and rolling. But if we can keep the offense of Oregon off the field as much as possible, limiting them, controlling the clock. Now we really have to have game management here. We really have to have time of possession here. And I'm talking about if we can get the ball for 30. I think last week against Washington we had it for 24 minutes to Washington's 30-some minutes. If we can get it for 32 minutes and really control the clock, utilize Marshawn Lloyd, Darwin Barlow. I'm not sure if Marshawn Lloyd is going to play. You guys already know he was injured last week. I did see where he did a press conference, so he may possibly be in there. I'm not sure, but in the event that he's not there, you got a guy like Darwin Barlow, Austin Jones. We still got the two true freshmen, and then you guys seen the emergence of Raleek Brown as well. We can utilize all those weapons. USC has so many weapons to really keep a team like Oregon off balance, man. We just got to utilize it. We have to use all the weapons. And then, some of those drop balls that, like a guy like Deuce Robinson, I don't think he's going to make that again. I watched his interview and watch him. Look, he was, man, let me tell you, I love Deuce Robinson. I love how humble that kid is. And listen, he has so much potential. And I can guarantee you, when he's put in this position again, this guy's going to make the play. He's going to be targeted, and I think he's going to make the play. But we have bodies and mismatches all over the field for USC. And if we are able to utilize those mismatches and really put it into play, I think USC can absolutely make some things happen. So that is my number one thing, is control the clock by running the ball. I've been saying this for a long time now, but I think we have no choice. Right now, we're not sure what type of defensive changes are going to be in play, but USC can absolutely help themselves out by not keeping your defense and not keeping, putting pressure on Sean Nua and Odom. We'll talk about them in a second. But my number two key is this. Limit Bucky Irvin's explosive plays. Listen, that guy, Bucky Irvin, he's a small back, but he's small. He's compact, extremely fast. And once he gets to the second level, it's over, man. So listen, and limit Bucky Irvin's explosive plays, man. I don't want to see that guy. I know they hit him out there with the screen play sometimes, but man, when they get him going up in that, I don't know if it's like an off tackle play, even some draw plays, man, the guy, once he gets to that second level, he's out of here, man. But if we can eliminate that, I think USC, I'm not even saying you're going to eliminate it all the way, but I'm just saying if we could cut it down some, I think USC will be in some good shape. And then, of course, I want to make Bo Nix very, very uncomfortable in the pocket. I think if we can make him uncomfortable and make him think on the run, I think USC can have some great success in this game. It's the same way with Caleb Williams. You're not going to stop Caleb Williams with everything, but if you could just, with Bo Nix, if we could just do some things to really disrupt him, disrupt his thinking process, disrupt his flow, getting a guy like Eric Gentry right there playing linebacker, just sticking that long, they call him the giraffe, man, sticking that long hand up there, standing at 6'6". If we can do some things where we can disrupt them, listen, I think it's going to be straight up go time, on and popping, on and cracking. These guys want to win. These guys are focused. And I seen last night, coincidentally, these guys, Jamel Muhammad, all these guys, Caleb Williams, these guys were all at a basketball game last night. Shout out to USC's basketball, girls and boys. They absolutely playing lights out. But listen, my number three key is this. Three key is this. it's going to be, we got to score at least 40 points. If we score at least 40 points, USC will absolutely be in shape to win this game. I think we got to score 40 points. And if we can hold them, to 30, I think we'll be in some good shape, man. So, real quick, I want to go over a couple of things with you real quick, number-wise, and we'll move on from here. Also, on the year, Caleb is actually leading Bo Nix yardage-wise. He's got 2,958 yards to Bo Nix 2,723 yards. 28 passing TDs for Caleb Williams, 25 for Bo Nix. And so these guys are having lights out offense. I mean, and really it speaks to the kind of year that the Pac-12 is even having, man. The Pac-12 is just, I mean, any other year, I kind of question and wonder, even if it was last year, if we would have less losses this year opposed to last year. But that's a whole nother story. I think the defense had worse issues than last year. But our leading rusher this year is going to be Marshawn Lloyd, and I'm not sure if he's going to be out. But he has 99 carries for 760 yards to their Bucky Irvin, 119 carries, 821 yards. He has 9 TDs. Taj Washington is our leading receiver. He has 43 receptions for 833 receiving yards, 6 TDs. And then Troy Franklin is their leading receiver with 58 receptions, 946 yards. So those are the three guys on offense: Bo Nix, Troy Franklin, and Bucky Irvin. We want to really absolutely lock those guys down, man. So you guys can hit me on that and tell me what you guys think. And this is what Oregon has to think about when you're defending somebody like Caleb Williams. Think about this. Caleb Williams is currently number 1 in the nation in points responsible for 232. Points responsible per game, 23.2. And passing touchdowns, 28. Is number 2 in the country per pass attempt, 9.48. And number 10 in the nation in total offense at 313.1 yards. So, it's important to really understand and consider the fact that, listen, we all, you hear everybody making reference to our defense. Look, they have to stop USC as well. They have to absolutely stop Caleb Williams and the USC Trojan offense. And if they come firing all cylinders like they did last week, and maybe even a little bit better by controlling the clock, I think we can really give Oregon some problems. I think we can have an upset from 2011 when USC went down there and upset the number 4 team in the country. Now, on the defensive side, I'm not sure all of the adjustments that are going to be made. But right now, what I do know is I hear a lot of people say it's only so much they can do. I agree with that. You're not going to sit here and just revamp the whole defense. But are you going to simplify it enough to where you just make a little bit of a tweak to where, you're still allowing some things, but at the same time, you kind of, you're playing more inspired defense. You're kind of getting those rush lanes, hitting those edges and being able to shoot the gaps, man, like you're supposed to. I'm not sure what type of base defense they're going to put out there, but I will say this. Sean Nua, co-defensive coordinator, he will be out there moving and grooving as the co-defensive coordinator. And then you got Brian Odom. He will be out there as well. And coincidentally, Brian Odom was one that took over as an intern basis for Oklahoma when Lincoln Riley took the job at USC. And coincidentally, they beat Oregon in the Alamo Bowl. And so, he has experience taking over for play calling. So, look, man, you guys hit me in the comments. Those are my keys for the game, but I got a score prediction here, man. You guys can drop those score predictions. Listen, I'm not going against the Trojans. I'm going for the upset, and I'm going to pick USC, man. You guys can tell me what you guys think as far as your score prediction, but I think it's going to be USC 45 to 42, 45 to 42. I think it's going to be USC, man. So, look, you guys can hit me in the comments. You guys can tell me what you think. Drop those comments, drop those score predictions down here at the bottom, man. I want to know what they are, man. I think USC is going to pull this out. I think they're going to play very, very inspired ball, man. So look, man, until later on, you guys hit me. I'm out of here, man. Listen, I will see everybody tomorrow. Listen, don't forget, make sure you get up, get out, and make some things happen. Until later on, fight on, fight on, fight on.